Welcome at Octopus. This is our tutorial for the alternative refillable cartridge kit that is capable to replace Epson 29 inkjet cartridges. Beside the refillable cartridges, you can also get the suitable printer inks made by Octopus Fluids. The refillable cartridge solution is made to be used multiple printing cycles inside your printer. Therefore, the cartridges have some attractive features. On the upper side there are a fill port and an air port. The fill port on the cartridge is closed by a colored silicone plug. And the description of the fill port is derived from this opening's purpose. The fill port leads directly into the cartridge's inner ink tank, and it is used to get the ink into the cartridge. The air port on the refillable is closed by a colorless plug. The purpose of this opening is to equalize the pressure inside the cartridge. It prevents that negative pressure builds up when ink is consumed during printing. On its slim front side, each refillable cartridge has an autoreset chip. Autoreset means that the chip is capable of setting its ink level status back to full after the message cartridge empty. Filling the refillable cartridge with ink we demonstrate on our magenta cartridge. In one of our refill syringes we have taken an amount of 10 ml printer ink. In our magenta cartridge that we are going to fill with printer ink, we take out the plug from the fill port. Please make sure to keep that plug well, as this port is closed after filling the cartridge. On the tip of our refill syringe there is a needle that we have mounted there already for taking the ink into the syringe. Insert that needle into the fill port carefully and start filling the ink. Please be very careful when filling in the ink. The inner part of the cartridge is a sensitive area, so make sure that the needle does not make any damages. We have filled 10 ml of suitable magenta ink into our magenta refillable cartridge. At the end, make sure to close the fill port again and that the plug is as flat as possible. After filling the full set of refillable cartridges with ink, we go now to install these into our printer. But first we have to make room for the refillable cartridges, and therefore we remove the original Epson 29 cartridges from the printer. For detailed instructions how to change the cartridges on your device, please check your printer's manual. And here we go. Finally it's time to set our refillables into our Epson printer. Immediately before installing the refillable into the printer, we make sure that the plug is removed from the cartridge's air port. Installing a refillable cartridge into the printer is done in the same way as you would install an original Epson cartridge. For each color of the refillable cartridges there's a specific slot in the printed compartment. The refillable cartridges have a really snug fit inside the printed compartment. Make sure to press the cartridges all the way down until you hear them click into position. This ensures proper contact between chip and printer. And now you are going to see that we have made a mistake and did not follow our own advice. After closing the printer's upper lid, the recognition of the cartridges can get started by pressing the green start button. The display also states that it is necessary to press the cartridges down completely. The printer is checking the cartridges and we are wondering that they are not recognized. Having the printed compartment in the exchange position, we check on the fit of the refillables again. And it was quite easy to figure out the reason for the failed recognition. The cartridges set too high and were not clicked in position. Fixing this was easy too, lifting each cartridge up a little bit and pressing it down again until hearing the clicking sound. Now we have started the recognition of the cartridges again. It's a good sign that the check lasted longer than before. The display states that the installed cartridges are not original Epson cartridges, and we have to confirm that we really would like to use these cartridges for printing. At the end, the full set of cartridges is recognized with a full ink level status. Now the question comes up which different ink level status a refillable cartridge can have and how does it work to set back the autoreset chip. The first warning message that you receive regarding a cartridge's ink level status is low ink. On the display you can see the affected color. In the detailed view, this cartridge is shown with a red exclamation mark. The second warning message related to the ink is ink depleted or cartridge empty. When working with the refillables, you usually get the message cartridge not recognized as the cartridge empty message. Now having the empty message, it is now possible to set the ink level status back to full. For resetting the status, we just take the cartridge out of the printer and set it back in right away. And as before with the first installation, the printer complains that it is not an original cartridge and we have to confirm its use. In the detailed view, you can see that the cyan cartridge has a full ink level status again. So the recognition of the cartridge has been successful and the reset of the chip on the cartridge too. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for watching. That's our tutorial for the refillable cartridges alternative to Epson 29 inkjet cartridges. We are looking forward to your feedback. Best case would be positive. We are looking forward to receiving your remaining questions or suggestions. Please use the comment functions below the video and we will come back to you as soon as possible. We hope the tutorial transports any useful information for you and we would be glad to see you back at another Octopus TV session.